Physios running onto the ground here. Oh, this is what it's for. The ball hit on the helmet and the umpires have decided that it requires the physio to walk out and execute the procedure that's been laid out in the case of a ball hitting the helmet.
Mubassir Khan was really concerned. Good spirit of cricket shown there.
The two openers started off in a grand fashion there. Aggressive mode, but yet elegant. So easy on the eye, especially Abhishek Sharma. That's the second one. And this one was a cracker off the back foot. And Sai Sudarshan whipping it away.
Nice, nice.
And leaning into that through the offside. And playing with the turn and picking the caps at ease. Dexterous of both the front and the back foot. Taking the aerial route also.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Back live here, driven down the ground, he'll pick up a single, moves into the 40s. He's been really in good nick.
And what he's done really well is he's taken that middle stump guard, so making the bowler bowl outside off, and that's what we have seen. The moment you give room, it's easier to score runs on this pitch.
The level of consistency that Sai Sudarshan has shown has been really impressive. He had a good IPL, then came back to TNPL, but still displayed the same hunger for runs, and he's carried on from there to here. Brilliant this from the young man.
Nice, nice.
Played with the turn. They're looking for a single and they will get it. End of the over. 71 for 1, India A.
Sir, Wasim is out. Wasim Junior, he's out. No other fast bowler. Hello.
$135 required from here to win this match.
No.
The India A side. They'll take that single, despite that valiant effort from the fielder at short mid-wicket to cut off the single. We've seen some good running between the wickets, between Nikhil Jose and Sai Sudarshan.
Understanding is much better between these two compared to Abhishek Sharma and Sai Sudarshan. Even the last game also we noticed that there was some hesitation was there.
Taken on the full. He can't find the gap, but they'll still run the single. Now this is good running. He's realized that the fielder was at the edge of the 30-yard circle, and that's why he's taken off the moment he's played that shot for the single.
Well, spinners are doing really well for Pakistan here. Compared to their fast bowlers, the line and length is much better. The trajectory is much better. They're not giving anything easily to Indian batters. Mubashir, Mehran, Akram, all the three spinners have done really well till now.
Oh, off the inner edge, and that will be runs. It's a long chase for the fielder, teasing the boundary rider to try and get there, or the fielder in pursuit to get there as well. 4 more. Boundary for Nikhil Jose, not in the most convincing fashion.
Lucky boundary for Nikhil Jose. We should feel for a bowler. It was a good ball, not a bad ball, but still end up giving those 4 runs.
Well, as a bowler sitting behind me, sitting besides me, Vinay Kumar, of course, feeling for the bowler.
Not on. Yeah, single now, please.
Always tricky, isn't it? When you have those inside edges flying away to the fence for 4, but then there were chances created as well for Mehran. which weren't latched onto. Could have been a mix-up here. Now, how close is that? How close is that? The Pakistani side are celebrating, but this will be referred to the third umpire. Was Nikin Jose's bat grounded when the pails went off? Asif Iqbal, the third umpire, will have to adjudicate on this.
Looks like it was very close. The kind of celebration we can see from Pakistani fielders. Oh, very close one. I think he made it. Nikin Jose looks is safe. We were discussing about the understanding. Again, commentators curse. I think we shouldn't talk about these things here.
Yes, but one thing that we will talk about is that a direct hit might have seen Nikin Jose in trouble. Well, the keeper tries to gather the ball and then take the bails off, and Nikin Jose is home any which way. So Asif Iqbal, the third umpire, would adjudicate that in favor of the batsman. Yes, the green light's been shown. So not out is the signal. 15 gone, 77 for 1.
बहुत रन से यार, बहुत रन से अभी भी, शाबाश। 130 रन बहुत है यार, शाबाश।
The spinners have definitely made an impact here. They've really slowed down the scoring rate for this India A side. This is what happened in the last ball of the previous over. Nikin Jose wanted the single, but this was very good work at cover point.
1-1.
Boundary riders there, just a single. But again, it's that sweet sound of the ball making contact with the willow whenever Sai Sudarshan's played those shots. This is the run-out opportunity.
If you see there, Nikin Jose, the way he is coming back to the crease, the bat face has to be down. In this angle, if you try to go with this way, there is a high chance for it to bob. Bat might get stuck on the ground, he might get run out.
Another inquiry for a leg before from the umpire. He's asking a few questions here, Mubashir.
His trajectory is much better. He's not giving any air, so it won't be that easy for batter to take him on. Good field set, you can see there. Long on, mid on, inside, at least 10 to 15 yards inside. There are two fielders, mid on and long on both. And there is a mid wicket. So being an off-spin bowler, the line and length, the line which is bowling midland leg, it will be very difficult for batter to play on offside.
So he's cutting off the opportunity for the single as well, and he's got those two boundary riders at the fence to ensure. Those two boundary riders, you can see that deep mid wicket and wide-ish long on. In case there's the aerial route that Nikin Jose adopts, then you've got the boundary riders there. Now change in the field. Mid on's going to drop back to a conventional long on, and you'll have a wide-ish deep mid wicket in place as well, and a deep square.
1-1.
Well played inside out. Nikin Jose gets the boundary of the last ball of the over. 16 gone, 83 for 1.
चलो भाइयों, शाबाश। शाबाश। Suma. Time.
Trying to get Pakistan A back into this game. Mehran and Mubashir, the way these two have bowled.
Nice.
Some quick runs that came early on for the India A side, and that opening stand of 58 definitely put them in the driver's seat. What a cracking shot this from Nikin Jose, the last ball of the previous over.
There was an elegancy in that shot. Beautifully played, Nikin Jose.
Nice.
He is growing in confidence. The more and more you get the opportunity, you will get better. That's good for the youngster to grow as a cricketer.
I like this idea of these exposure tours like Karnataka organized the tour for the side with these youngsters to Namibia to play against the Namibia team. I think it's great international exposure. You're playing in different conditions. These younger boys getting a great opportunity. In the air, over the top. He's cleared the infield and he will get 4 Nikinjos.
Up and over. Nikinjos trying to finish the game as early as possible here. Coming back to your point, Raman, that Namibia to really help the most of the cricketers in Karnataka, the guys who toured it, because when I was playing, I think 2003, we went to Australia to play that emerging trophy. That was a very good exposure for me to understand if you want to play the higher level, what all you have to do.
Fantastic effort undertaken by the BCCI to ensure that a lot of these young age group cricketers get that international exposure. The A-team tours making such a big difference to a lot of players looking to break into the national team, the senior side, who already have exposure of playing overseas in different conditions and then scoring runs or taking wickets. End of the over. 17 gone. It's 89 for 1.
Meru Medan. 5 minute wicket. मेरा पीछे bowler. Meru ऊपर. Left arm. Coming through.
117 required of 33 overs, which means that the required run rate of 3.55 is well below what the current run rate is, which is 5.24 for this India A side.
Thanks to BCCI, they're conducting more tours, India A tours. Even I was playing, before playing for the country, I toured Israel and Australia, New Zealand with India A. That really helped me.
For the moment, he's helped himself to 4 more as Nikinjos. Starting off his spell, Kamran Ghulam gets taken for 4 there.
Length was a bit short. If you notice, the cover fielder was going towards his left. So Nikinjos found the gap between long off and covers, dispatched it to boundary. So coming back to that point, when you get the opportunity to tour different countries at very young age, you will tend to learn many good things. That is going to help you to grow as a cricketer.
It's of course the point that we were making, that a lot of these youngsters now get that opportunity not only to have a varied exposure across different parts of the country, but also overseas in different playing conditions against quality opposition. And that's what really hastens their progression to the next stage, the senior level.
The kind of talent we can see with India A team presently. So most of them are ready to play in the high level.
Looking for a quick single, they put pressure on the fielder and they easily get that run. So 6 runs coming off that first over from Kamran Ghulam, and 18 overs gone. It's 95 for 1 and it's time for a drinks break. That's the match summary for you. Pakistan A, they won the toss, chose to bat first, got 205 only on the board, bowled out in 48 overs, 5-4 for Hangar Gekar. And then in reply, India A, 95 for 1 in 18 overs. What a cracking start it was from Sai Sudarshan. Those 2 boundaries in the first over. Abhishek Sharma said, I'll go 1 better. And he struck 3 in the next over.
There was some beautiful shots initially in the innings from Indian batters. I didn't see any effort or any aggression from Pakistani fast bowlers. Spinners are doing great job here.
With a couple of great drives down the ground from Abhishek Sharma, languid elegance that he brings to his batting, but that's what brought about his downfall as well. The inside edge dragging the ball back onto the stumps. That's the lone wicket that's fallen for India. Nikin Jose came in at number 3, and after some tentative moments early on, he's also played some blazing shots through the offside for 4. And he's batting on 27 of just 29, Nikin Jose, while Sai Sudarshan 6 shy of a half century. Would be another 50 for him at this ground in this tournament itself. Got a handy half century against Nepal a couple of days ago. So it'll be back-to-back half centuries for this very talented left-hander. But can the Pakistani bowlers script a fight back here? Mehran to continue. After that drinks break, he's going to bowl the 4th over of his spell.
He was asking some questions for batters, definitely.
Nice.
Bowled well. It's a beautiful shot there from Sai Sudarshan. Leaning to the ball and driving.
It's an interesting ploy because the field that he was bowling with to the left-hander was a 4-5 field. He had 4 on the off, 5 on the on, with the left-hander on strike. Now with the right-handed Nikin Jose, who's on strike. Now he's got 5 on the offside, and he's bringing long off up to the mid-off position within the 30-yard circle. Just wanted to cut off that single, which will still be conceded.
Looks like there was some message during the drinks break for Pakistan team. They're attacking bit more with their field placement. They want one breakthrough here. If they get a breakthrough, then only they can come back into the game.
Wanting the single but not getting it. Now they've got 6 inside the 30-yard circle now. So the idea is to try and cut off that easy single. They were milking the bowling, these two. And what a shot this is. He's got the elevation, he's got the distance as well. Sai Sudarshan brings up his 50 in style. That's his 4th List A half century. back-to-back half centuries for him in this tournament.
That was huge.
कोई नहीं शाबाश.
With the sixer, he scored at 50, back-to-back 50s in last 2 innings.
Yeah, good bowling. Excellent Mubi.
That shows
Well done, Umar.
the kind of hunger he has to score runs.
बहुत आला
It was
Amiru.
a bit full, but he took that aerial route and went big, got those 6 runs.
Look at how he got the elevation
Nice, Aja.
in that previous shot. Cracking hit it was. 19 gone. 103 for 1.
चलो boys. Everyone. Connect हो गया. यार उधर चला. उमर इधर ही. तो सेंटर. रात शाद है. आप ऊपर उमर आप पीछे. आप ऊपर पर या ऊपर.
While we're covering the
Yondash,
emerging
ha.
teams Asia Cup 2023, the fixtures are out for the main Asia Cup 2023. And action will commence on the 30th of August. Fixtures out. Pakistan taking on Nepal in Multan. Remember, we'll have matches in Pakistan and in Sri Lanka for the Asia Cup 2023. That's the tournament opener on the 30th of August. We played in Multan. Pakistan playing that opening match against Nepal.
Catch.
In the air, but just short of the field, and they'll get the single as well. Was tricky, but I think good running between the wickets, that they've rotated strike as well.
They don't want to miss out any opportunity to get a run here. There was a chance for sure. He tried to flick it,
Number 2 here.
finish the bat face earlier. That's why. There was a top edge. But both the batters are playing really well. The partnership, 48 runs in 53 balls. That's one thing I noticed with the Indian batters. They'll be working on that partnership. Whenever there is a wicket fall, immediately the next batsman over comes in. They'll look to stitch that partnership. That's a good sign.
That's where Pakistani faltered in their innings. They had a 53-run partnership, remember, did Pakistan A, but that came late in the innings for the 7th wicket after a lot of damage had already been done. But Sai Sudarshan, he has batted well today. 53 of 58 deliveries. He struck 7 boundaries and a 6 in this knock so far.
Pakistani batters, they haven't had any good partnership in the top of the order. Other than the 3rd wicket partnership was 36. After that, the partnership came 7th wicket, 53 runs, and 8th wicket, 43 runs. So that's where they missed the trick.
Look at the number of dot deliveries that Sai Sudarshan's faced as well. 34. That just tells you he's been patient in waiting for the right delivery to attack. And he has been absolutely aggressive on that when he's got the chance. 50 of the partnership also coming up for the 2nd wicket. It's worth 51 now. 20 gone. 109 for 1.
एक सवारों का सवारों का लेग शाबाश
2nd wicket partnership worth 51 of 56 deliveries, and the major contributor in this partnership has been Nick Njose, who's contributed 31 out of those 51 runs that have come by for the 2nd wicket.
1-1. Good bowling.
We were talking about
Sima.
those hunger. While batting, you need to look for runs. The kind of form he is in, Sai Sudarshan, wherever he gets the opportunity, he's been performing. One more best example I would like to mention here, Yashasvi Jaiswal. His form started from domestic, went on to IPL, then he's been part of Indian team in Test squad. The beautiful 100, 171 on debut. That's where you can see the difference between normal player and good player. That is the reason whenever you're on top, always maintain that hunger as a batsman. Look for runs, score those big 100s.
He is getting a big 100 on Test debut, remember, for the young Yashasvi Jaiswal. Just tells you again, these youngsters got the right temperament to make it count when they get the chance at the big stage. Single taken meanwhile by Sai Sudarshan.
Good bowling, good bowling.
Because there is so much of competition for the batters, in fact for bowlers also. Whenever they get the opportunity, they have to perform to their best.
Spot on.
Nice.
No single here. We talked about the main draw for the Asia Cup. Of course, the tournament gets underway on the 30th of August, but it'll be India versus Pakistan on the 2nd of September. In the main draw of the Asia Cup, remember. And that's on the 2nd of September. And that contest is going to be played out at Kandy here in Sri Lanka. So remember, Pakistan and Sri Lanka co-hosting that.
Nice. Aja.
Single of the last ball of the over, which means Nick and Joes will retain strike. 21 gone. It's 113 for 1.
ये मार रहा है ये कर रहा है हाँ उमर मिडॉप इधर साइड मिडॉप यानी पीछे.
India A are on a cruise mode here, chasing a target of 206, 113 for 1. Sai Sudarshan, another half century for him. And Nikhil Jose has been aggressive here. Their partnership of 55 has come off of 62 deliveries. 6 bowlers employed by the Pakistani ace skipper. Just the off-spinner Mubasir getting a wicket, otherwise no success at all. And that's due to the fact that all the 3 batters on view have been really solid, and they've been absolutely brilliant in their responses. Like this, he's dispatched that short delivery quickly, rocking onto the back foot and with the minimum of fuss. Another boundary here for Nick and Jose.
Come on boys.
Talks about the knock he got in the IPL final, but leading up to the final, in one of the games, he was asked to retire because he found the going tough. He couldn't get runs quickly enough. But after that, he walks out when he gets an opportunity in the final, plays a memorable knock. That is an indication of superb temperament and the mindset of a young man.
You really need to have a very strong mind to do that. Otherwise, at this age, if someone tags you for something, it's difficult to get out of it.
It's so easy for a youngster to get his confidence dented, when you are asked to retire. Mind you, millions are watching. He's the second youngest player to score a 50 in an IPL final. And in the IPL, he's averaged 51.7. In the List A tournaments, he's averaged 76.3. And that's Vijay Hazare. That's a local one-day tournament in India. And come to think of it, he's been playing representative cricket only for the last 3.5 years. He got noticed in the TNPL, which is a Premier League in my state, and he got noticed there. After that, he's made rapid strides. And to be so mature in such a short span of time is brilliant.
And that talks a lot about the system, a strong system, players coming through that. 18 matches, 918 runs. Strike rate, a very healthy strike rate as well.
We'll come back to him in the next over. India A 119 for 1.
ऊपर 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 साइन पीछे जाओ साइन पीछे पॉइंट इधर ही रहो इधर ही रहो इधर ही रहो bowler left arm wrong coming through.
A listed career of Sai Sudarshan, strike rate of 104, but look at that, 7 half centuries and 3 centuries. Conversion is good, and then you're talking about him having got past the 50 mark in half the matches that he's played, close to 1,000 runs.
That's an incredible record.
Nitin Jose is doing well here as well. He's not been bogged down. He did have a reprieve early on. There's a little bit of fidgety approach to start off with, but after that he's been really on top of things here. He's raced off to 39.
He has been clear as well. Coming one down, of course the platform was set, but even when he was giving chances, he still went on playing his shots.
That squatted on him. He does well to make the last minute adjustment as Sai Sudarshan. For a tall man, it is not the easiest of things.
And this is why Pakistan bowlers need to come into the stumps, bring in the stumps into play, because this double bounce can really benefit them. But at the moment they are giving some width.
Good bowling, good bowling.
Yeah, you cannot play the flat batted shots or the horizontal bat shots against the spinners on this track because there's not enough bounce, there's not enough pace. If you give wet, it's easy to play. Hint of turn for the left-arm spinner, but good running again. And these boys seem to have all the gears in their batting. They're looking to play shots and look at the way they run.
Good awareness of the fielders as well. There was a fielder at short mid-wicket, but played it with soft hand. They are rotating the strike, which was missing with the Pakistan batters.
Yes, his left-arm spinner has been impressive.
Lovely, Meru.
Mehran has been making the ball deviate off the surface. He started off well, he created a chance. Going right across the stumps is Sai Sudarshan. Doesn't get hold of it properly, but he will get a couple of runs. A rare mistimed shot from Sai Sudarshan. Gets a couple, and at the end of that over, India A 1-2-4 for 1.
चलो बोलियो बात के
Pakistan A won the toss and decided to bat first. Contributions coming from Mubasir and Akram. That was a good partnership which enabled Pakistan get past the 200 mark. Angar Gekar was the star performer for India A with a 5-wicket haul. And in reply, India A 124 for 1. There's just a lot of games going forward, especially in the ODI format. This is also the year of the World Cup, which is scheduled to be played in India. And this is the Pakistan schedule in the 2023 World Cup. They get in to India to play the first game at Hyderabad. They stay there, play Sri Lanka there, and then they travel to Ahmedabad on the 15th of October. The World Cup is scheduled to start in the month of October, and it will go on till the 3rd week of November. And then from Ahmedabad they travel all the way to Bangalore to play against Australia. Then they stay in Chennai in the last week of October, And then they move on to Kolkata to play against Bangladesh. And only one day game for them on November 4th against New Zealand. Last game at Kolkata against England. The reigning champions England, as you all are aware.
And before that, Pakistan will be having a couple of warm-up games at Hyderabad. The big game on Sunday, 15th of October against India at Ahmedabad, and Australia, Bengaluru. It's going to be a long World Cup, this one.
Yeah, that's what makes it interesting as well. All the sides get to play against the other ones. That was sheer pace, that from Wasim. If Pakistan qualify, they'll play the semi-final at Kolkata. Sai Sudarshan was not sure whether to go through with the shot or bail out.
And Mohammad Wasim Jr. has come back well. The first over, he was a bit wider. After that, he has not given a lot of room. So important to start well.
Yes, the lines have been really straight and the bounces have been well directed and really quick as well. It's not enough if you bowl a well directed bouncer. You've got to really generate the pace to surprise the batter.
When you look at his stats, 12 runs in 3.5 overs, it's pretty good still. But it was just the first over that went for runs that Pakistani had to really change and bring in spinners because they didn't have enough runs on the board.
Once again, good pace this. At the halfway stage, India air 125 for 1. Sai Sudarshan doing some shadow practice there of a ramp, but I don't think he'll employ that shot. He's done well so far, and he's batting on 59. Jose on strike here, batting on 41. Once again, what is impressive is the way they work the ball around to pick up singles. They've not allowed the spinners to dominate them, even though Nikhil Jose was beaten on a couple of occasions. And gives you an indication of how dominant Nikhil Jose has been in this partnership of 68.
And that's why having an attacking one-down batter is so important in any format of the game. Because that's where you can set the tone. Of course, the openers are going to use the power play, but once the wicket goes down, you cannot walk down.
Yes, the number 3 batter has to be capable of doing both the things, either to consolidate the innings and steady the innings, or to carry forward the momentum provided by the openers.
Mehran Mumtaz, one of the youngest members of this Pakistani lineup, just 20 years of age. He has got a good outing. He was good with the bat, remained not out, and bowled well as well. He has got a couple of drop chances by Mohammad Haris.
Good bowling.
Decent outing for him.
Yes, he can only get better with more exposure and as he gains experience. Taken on the full, and that's dispatched with consummate ease by Nikhil Jose. Looking to flight the ball a bit more was the left-arm spinner Mehran, but on that occasion couldn't get it right.
Not the first time the commentators curse. The moment you start praising someone and you bring out a mistake. A full toss there, dispatched easily.
Come on, boys, come on, boys. Abhi bhi 70 runs hai yaar, shabash, shabash.
46 of 54 deliveries, Nikhil Jose. Last ball coming in this over. Just a hint of turn again. This has been really good stuff from the left-arm spinner. End of the over, 131 for 1, India A.
Left hand.
India A need 75 runs of 144 deliveries here. Wasim starting another new over. We were talking about Wasim conceding a few runs at the start of the innings. But after that he's done really well to be restrictive. We were talking about the schedule of the Pakistani side in the upcoming World Cup. And let's have a look at what India is up against as far as schedule is concerned, and the venues they are playing at. Gentle breeze blowing across the ground, and starts more or less along the same dates, starting off against Australia at Chennai, and then Afghanistan at Delhi, and then Pakistan of course at Ahmedabad. We'll come back to that. Looking to pull the shot, ball, but does not have any control whatsoever. The fielder was running in, but it did not carry enough. Lucky for Sai Sudarshan.
Mohammad Wasim Jr. has used the bouncer really well. Attempted pull shots over and over. Still not in control, Sai Sudarshan. And the fielder was right at the boundary. If the fielder was a little bit inside, maybe there was a chance. Excellent bowling by Mohammad Wasim Jr.
Yeah, Wasim shouldn't mind going for a few runs, but he cannot compromise on his pace, because that is what he's got to do. Run in hard and bowl really quick. I remember the former Pakistan captain would always emphasize on Imran Khan was that the fast bowlers bowled really fast, not compromise on their pace. And going back to the schedule here, Bangladesh in Pune, then they go to Dharamshala, and then travel down to Lucknow, then Mumbai, Kolkata, Bengaluru. The New Zealand game against Dharamshala rather, will be interesting.
That's a good shot. Sai Sudarshan showing his timing. Straying on the leg side, Mohammad Wasim this time, and gets punished.
Nicely timed by the left-hander. Waited for it to come to him. And this is once again an indication of his temperament. The previous ball, a mistimed shot of a good bouncer, and then it's not faced him. He's played according to the merit of the ball for somebody who's bowling really quick at him. These are the signs that people need to pick up when they are assessing a young man. Nicely pulled away. Just the single.
Back up.
He's definitely been really impressive, Sai Sudarshan. 66 of 77.
Yes, he's been treated to some fiery stuff, Sai Sudarshan, by Wasim. It's what you expect when you're up against somebody who's played international cricket and who's expected to deliver for his team. Well-directed bounces. Yeah, he was beaten by pace on a couple of occasions. Played away fine. He will get the single and keep the strike. Well, Jose, at the end of 27 overs, 139 for 1. No, they'll get one more. Sloppy cricket this, and Wasim is definitely not impressed. 140 for 1.
Hurry up, guys, hurry up. सही है शाबाश एफर्ट करो बॉयज दानी किधर गए दानी दानी दानी
Pakistan won the toss and decided to bat. In a key encounter, Hunger Gekar was the star for India A. He picked up his second 5-wicket haul. Good contributions coming from the off-spinners, Akram and Mubasir from there. And in reply, India A 140 for 1. Sudarshan batting on 66, Jose batting on 49, Abhishek Sharma dismissed for 20. It's been a solid performance from the Indian batters. And they are cruising along now, need only 66 of 23 overs. Overs, I'm afraid, is of no consequence here.
And that has been the story whenever India A has chased against any team in this competition. It has been a very dominant performance.
Good ball, good ball. Hey.
Good running this once again. This is the first time they're chasing a target in excess of 200. So for a side which is really batting heavy, you would expect such a performance.
Mohammad Haris feeling the pressure of captaincy.
Coming from round the wicket, nudged away. That's his 50. It's been a terrific effort. When he walked out to bat, he had to survive some anxious moments. He was let off twice, but after that, he's been absolutely smooth in whatever it is that he's done. He's played some lovely shots. He's been very clear-cut in his approach, and he's been aggressive too.
He's complimented his partner really well, timed the ball, and looked aggressive from the word go.
Excellent bowling, shabash.
He's played lovely shots against the spinners as Nitin Jose. He's pierced the gaps well enough, and when required, he's also played over the infield.
There's a big appeal. And umpire gives it out very, very late. Sai Sudarshan is not very happy.
The Pakistani side is celebrating. Sai Sudarshan making his displeasure very obvious there. He's gesticulating to the umpires, why have you given me out? Absolutely disappointed. He cannot hide it. And he's also not looking to hide his disappointment there. And the umpires are checking here for the legality of the delivery here. Oh, that is obviously transgression of the line there. When he picked up the first wicket, he had some part of the foot behind the line. But on this occasion, I'm not sure. There's every chance that this might be ruled as a no ball. Because he's almost landing his foot parallel to the crease. Not at right angles to the crease like the other bowlers do. This could perhaps be ruled a no ball because the line belongs to the umpire, but we'll have to wait for confirmation. What's his name, yeah? Lyndon Hannibal is the umpire. As he lands, he must have some part of the foot behind the line. And the third umpire is Asif Iqbal. He's the man who's got to help his colleague on the field. What does he think? There comes a confirmation from Lyndon Hannibal. He's been declared a no ball. So Sai Sudarshan survives. But I'm sure the match referee will have a word or two with him at the end of this game. And a free hit declared as well.
And just when you think it can't get worse for Pakistan, it does. A wicket on a no ball, and that too of a spinner. That's criminal. As a spinner,
When you have bowlers landing the way he is landing, you'll always run into the trouble of being no-balled, because generally bowlers tend to land their foot at right angles to the crease, but he does almost parallelly.
he was pretty close when it was Abhishek's wicket, but this time nothing behind the line for him. Free hit for Sai Sudarshan.
What's he trying now? Come on, Sai. Of course, it's a free hit. And he hardly saw the ball, because we've seen him play some lovely shots because he's kept his eyes on the ball till he made contact with the ball. And this was just a simple hoik. He's got a lot of talent, no doubt, but he's got to develop the craft of being able to bowl slightly slower through the air. Then he can be more than a handful. Just like that. An eventful over comes to an end with a single coming of the last ball. Sai Sudarshan will retain strike. India A, 144 for 1. India comfortably ahead in all the phases of play except for 21 to 30. We not yet reached there, and that's the reason India is a bit behind at the moment. And that's played away fine for another boundary by Sai Sudarshan. The left-arm spinner straying onto the pads, paying the penalty.
And that has been the case for Mehran Mumtaz. That's something he will have to look at. And for that, he needs to use the non-bowling arm a bit more to make sure he doesn't stray to the leg side, whether it's on the right-handers or left-handers. He has gone to the leg side a lot.
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
Oh, just not able to hold the ball. Couldn't retain control of the ball. Good effort that. By sheer reflex, he went closer to the ball and the ball stuck onto his hand, but couldn't hold on to it.
It was a very good effort.
Good effort.
Catches like these, you just grab onto them.
Good effort, Meru.
Good effort. Pulled a muscle also.
कोई नहीं, शाबाश. One.
They're looking to push the fielder out in the deep, and they do a very good job of it. Excellent running this. And the 150 comes up for India A. Sai Sudarshan is really excellent.
Running between the wickets have been really good. Look at that. So much determination, commitment there. Putting so much pressure on the fielders.
Into the 70s.
1.
Nicely nudged away. He's so good in nudging this ball around and picking up ones and twos.
Come on, boys, shabash. Slip.
Because he has all the gears in his cricket, it's difficult to control him. And that's the reason he's been consistently getting runs as well.
You spoke about his temperament. And he's played 49 dot balls. But what's really impressive is that he has been able to dispatch bad balls for boundaries. 8 fours and 1 6.
There's youngsters watching that just must realize the fact that you can get runs without seeming to get runs, as long as you put away the loose deliveries. Another good single to end the over. Nicky Jones will retain strike. India A, 152 for 1.
Dani, hard goal. Dani.
Just 54 required from here on. And 21 overs still remain with 9 wickets in hand. So loads of resources left. And loads of time as well to get those 51 required. Big question is 51 now with a single, now 50 required from here. Sai Sudarshan, who's on 71, can he get to the 3-figure mark and become the second centurion for India in this tournament, in this edition?
Nice, nice, nice.
He should get the kind of form he is in.
Good bowling, Mubi.
There is all the possibilities for Sudarshan to get that 100.
Yash Dole got 108 not out, remember, against the UAE side. Look for a moment.
That is broken. That is broken.
Oh, he's broken his bat, has he? Yes, that's the reason why there's a hold-up in play.
If he scores 100 in this match, he's going to remember this for long, for sure.
He'd like to retain that bat. But meanwhile, at the other end, Nitin Jose has got a half century as well and has been the dominant contributor in the second wicket partnership. 7 boundaries. Initially was a little tentative against the left-arm spinner and then came into his own.
His approach was outstanding. He was not hesitant to put the ball away. Even the good balls, he was looking to hit for 4.
7 boundaries for Nitin Jose in that knock of 52, unbeaten of 61 deliveries. So he's not really allowed the pressure to build at any point of time. Even when a wicket fell and Abhishek Sharma was dismissed, he made sure that the pressure did not pile up. There were not a lot of dot deliveries for a long span of time.
He is a short guy. He can play both in front foot and also in back foot. So that allowed him to score those easy runs. He was not dependent on one way. Most of the batters will be good at back foot or front foot, but Nitin Jose playing really well with good effect.
A change of bat for Sai Sudarshan. Meanwhile, talk about having a favourite bat. Keep an eye on Nitin Jose's bat as well. It's got a heavy bit of taping on it. Maybe his favourite bat. Take a look at Nitin Jose's bat. It's got taping on the base. It's got taping right at the top. It's got taping just close to the centre as well. Maybe his favourite bat doesn't want to let go of it.
Looks like most of the batters, they have that match bat, practice bat. Whenever they want to go a bit harder, aggressive, for that also they will be having different bats. So they will take care of their bat really well, especially those match batters.
This partnership worth 97 now. It's taking on ominous proportions, and it could well guide India to a comfortable win here.
Mubashir, only bowler, got the success here for Pakistan A. Great batting display from both these youngsters. 98 runs partnership. Abhishek Sharma will be sitting out and thinking, I should have been there. If little bit sensible batting, he could have scored big in this innings also as well.
Dot ball will end the over. 30 gone. This was the last delivery. The keeper having to take that down the leg side. Well, the paddle sweep not coming off. 156 for 1.
Over the bills. Yeah, it's missed everything. Come on boys, come on boys, come on boys. Sha boys.
Mehran's not had a wicket to his name, but that doesn't mean he hasn't bowled well. It's just been unfortunate not to have tasted success today.
Even though he haven't got the wicket, but he was the pick of the bowler. He's been bowling really well, good areas. He was getting the turn and bounce. The way Manav Sutar bowled, same end he's bowling.
Oh, chance, and it's been taken. The wicket comes thanks to the stumping. And Mehran finally gets his due and gets his man. Nitin Joes out stumped. And the keeper this time around, Mohammad Haris, the captain, the captain of this Pakistani side, makes no mistake.
Finally some success for Mehran. Nitin Joes went for a big shot, didn't go to pitch off the ball. Beautiful delivery from Mehran. He got that wicket. He was deserving.
So Nitin Joes gone for 53. He's stumped by Mohammad Haris of the bowling of Mehran, and it's 157 for 2.
एज भी था स्टंप भी था शुरू में कर देता तो चलो चलो भाइयों चलो चलो बैट्समैन इन शाबाश.
So the captain of the India side, Yash Dole, walks out into the middle.
चलो चलो
Got
बैट्समैन
a
इन.
big 100 in that first match of this tournament. He got 108 not out against the UAE side. Cracking 100 it was. It's the best that he's had this series as well. Captain of the India under-19 squad that went on to win the World Cup in 2022. Such a talented batsman, Yash Dole. Had a great Ranji Trophy debut as well with 100 in both innings of that debut game. So he scored runs across formats and he's got this ability to score big. Oh, look at the sound of the ball hitting the bat. That's the first ball that he's faced. It's just that sounds so very pristine and sweet.
That shows what kind of form he is in. First game he scored 108. Second game he didn't get to bat. But here, the way Nitin Joes got out, didn't go to the pitch of the ball. And he lost his shape. That's why he couldn't connect it.
Now, did he drag the back foot outside the crease, did Yash Dole? That's what the square leg umpire needs to adjudicate. He asks for assistance from the third umpire. Was Yash Dole's right foot grounded behind the line?
By seeing the Pakistani keeper celebration and fielder celebration, looks like it may be close.
The first thing to check is if it's a no ball. No, it's not. There's no problem of that sort for Mehran, unlike what happened to Mubasir earlier. So now let's check what happened at the batsman's end. Some part of that right toe that's grounded behind that line, but we'll still have to wait for an official confirmation from the third umpire.
Looks like he's safe, but great bowling display from Mehran. The not out signal from third umpire, Asif Iqbal.
Yes, Mohammad Haris, the captain of the Pakistan side, was very, very excited. He thought probably he had his counterpart out stumped. Wasn't the case.
Remember, Yash Dole has taken the catch of the captain.
Yes, of course, it was of Manav Sutar's bowling. Now they're appealing for a run out at the non-striker's end. It's all happening. Suddenly, it seems as if whatever drama could unfold is unfolding in this over.
Well, it's becoming very interesting now. There are so many appeals. Second time they're going for third umpire here in this over.
Sai Sudarshan, did he ground his bat? This would be the most unfortunate way to be dismissed in this match, especially when you're on 74. Now what's happened here? Mehran, it strikes his fingers, hits the stumps, but Sai Sudarshan, well, he wasn't out caught napping. He's made sure he's grounded his bat.
Sai Sudarshan was telling bowler Mehran, I was inside. So there was some smile was exchanged. Third umpire decision not out.
Had to happen. But there's drama that's unfolded here.
Nice, nice.
End of the over. A wicket taking one for Mehran. 31 gone. 157 for 2.
जल्दी 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 पीछे पीछे हामी
So now Sai Sudarshan on strike. He's on 74. He struck 8 boundaries in a 6. And then he's had a reprieve as well. Remember, he was adjudicated out caught behind to a decision he wasn't really very happy with, but luckily that was overturned by the third umpire, who called a no ball on that supposed wicket-taking delivery. And therefore, he got a reprieve there at Sai Sudarshan. Then he's had a chance with that deflection at the non-striker's end, where they tried to run him out, and he survived that as well.
Everything is leading up for him to score 100 here.
That's what I was alluding to. That's what I was trying to refer to, that maybe it's all adding up. He's 26 shy of 100. Can he get there? Let's take a look at Nikin Jose's wicket, meanwhile, that Mehran got. Now there was temptation for the right-hander, because mid-on, mid-off were up inside the 30-yard circle. And Nikin Jose wanted to come down the track, tell the bowler who's boss.
Bowler was very brave to do that. Both set batters keeping mid-on, mid-off, both inside the circle, then bowling bit flighter. He was giving that chance for himself to make a batter do some mistake and get out. That's what happened. That's what exactly happened with Nikin Jose.
Played late by Ashdol. Get the single. That's why they say that cricket's a game that you play between the ears, not just on the 22 yards. So it's a lot of thinking that goes on. You set players up. You're trying to make something happen, not just wait for something to happen.
Good running between the wicket here. Are they looking for second? Yes, they are not going to miss out this kind of opportunity. Great to see Sai Sudarshan, after spending almost 100 balls, still is running hard.
It's been the hallmark of his innings, the way he's run between wickets. And Yashdol, of course, the captain, who's just come out to bat, would be pressing for those extra runs. But the Indian batters have been alert to these chances. Gathering these extra runs, picking up on anything that's been sloppy in the field by the Pakistani fielders. 32 gone, 164 for 2. Pakistani, remember, they won the toss. Their captain, Mohammad Haris, chose to bat first. Got just 205 on the scoreboard. Angal Gekar with that 5 for 42 in his 8 overs. Magnificent bowling by Manav Sutar as well. 3 for 36 from the left-arm spinner. And in reply, India cruising at 164 for 2.
One.
Sai Sudarshan now eyeing that 100. With that single, he'll move up to 78. He's 22 short of that 3-figure mark now.
Can he join his captain as the second
Single now.
centurion in this competition for India? Yashdul got 108 in the first game.
Now look at them in the mid-on and mid-off. They're both up. And that's the invitation that's been accepted by Yashdol. Down the ground for 6. The India A captain is just letting Nick and Joes know that's how you had to do it.
Well, he didn't commit. He waited for the ball, full ball, without stepping out. He went straight. That's how we should play. That's how you need to wait for the loose ball to put it out of the park.
Muhammad Haris says it's all right. Now if you want to take a fielder back, you can. It's up to you. Down the ground again. That's going to be 4 more. Yashdol wants to make short work of the target that remains.
He is enjoying his outing here. Previous ball was 6. This one was 4. Both are beautiful shots. Remember, he was the 3rd Indian under-19 captain to score century in World Cup, under-19 World Cup. Before that, Virat Kohli and Unmu Chand. All 3 came from Delhi.
There's something there, isn't it? You've had some very talented players come through that. But Yashdol, while playing for Delhi in the Ranji Trophy, as well as I said before, had a great Ranji Trophy debut. You're talking about T's cricket now, and there he got 100 in each of those innings on debut. What's he done this series? 121 runs for him thus far, and he could add a few more in this match. And remember, India A, while chasing in this tournament, have won convincingly. They won by 8 wickets against UAE. They won by 9 wickets against Nepal. Heading towards another big win here. Top ball to end the over. 33 gone. 177 for 2.
Shush.
Basir had 1 wicket. Now what are they appealing for here? The Pakistani side trying to create some excitement here. There was a direct hit and it's again been referred to the 3rd umpire for a run out. The Pakistani side think there was something in it. Threw the ball towards Yashdol's end, the non-striker's end. And Asif Iqbal, the 3rd umpire, has been kept busy through this innings now.
By seeing Yashdol body language, I don't think it was out. Yeah, he's clearly inside. So yeah, 3rd umpire is a bit busy from last 5 overs.
The bat's grounded, so there's nothing to worry about there for Yashdol. And that green light should be coming on any moment now. Now this is what happened. Take another look at it from the other angle. There you can see the puff of dust that's come up when the bat has landed behind the crease. He hasn't dragged it, but he's just about landed it behind the crease as Yashdol. Yeah, so that's not out. Signaled now by the 3rd umpire.
Looks like the bowler was in between the stump and umpire. That was the reason he went for upstairs.
Not out.
Right, so play will resume.
Tommy.
A boundary for Sai Sudarshan. It's come after a while here for Sai Sudarshan. He was dealing primarily in singles for the last few deliveries that he faced.
Using his feet nicely and playing against the spin. A very good shot here from Sai Sudarshan. With this boundary, he moved on to 83. He requires 17 more runs. India need 25 runs.
I think he's just seen how Yash Dole's going about his job at the other end, getting those boundaries and sixes. So he's saying, hang on, if I need to get that 100, I better get moving as well. Get a move on from here. Waits on it. And he's placed it just for one.
If you see that field position, short third man, it was like a point. The short third man was vacant. Nicely took the single Sai Sudarshan. Well aware of the situation and also the field placement.
He's just timing the ball so well, Yash Dole. Gets a single there. In fact, was just trying to create an opportunity there for the fielding side, saying, okay, take a throw. Maybe I'll get overthrows if you miss the stumps.
Some cat and mouse game is happening in this game.
And that's probably the only thing that's keeping the excitement alive, because for now, India A seem to be holding all the cards. Just 22 required for a win here. Remember, both these sides have qualified for the semi-finals of this tournament. It's just about which team ends up at top of the group. And the team that tops the group ends up playing Bangladesh in the semi-final, which at the moment seems to be the India A side. 34 gone, 185 for 2. Now, if India A were to win this match, which seems to be the likely outcome with just about 22 odd runs to get, or 21 to get, the fact is that they would be the only team in this edition of the ACC Men's Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2023 that will be the unbeaten side. Because with a loss today, Pakistan A would also have one loss against their name in the 3 matches that they would have played. It'll be good, a good confidence booster for India to go in unbeaten into the semi-finals. Remember, Pakistan, their side had won the title the last time around. So effectively, they're the defending champions.
Shahanwaz Dahani brought into attack now.
That's the 5th edition of the ACC Men's Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2023. Before this, the first edition, of course, happened in 2013, where India emerged victorious. Surya Kumar Yadav leading the Indian side. You had some big names in the past who've played in this tournament. 2017 and 18, it was Sri Lanka who won back-to-back editions. The Pakistan team winning in 2019. Bangladesh, remember, made the finals there. And got high on the bat and lucky again, Sai Sudarshan. But the ball doesn't carry to the fielder.
Dahani bowling with a cross seam. Whenever you try to bowl a bouncer with a cross seam, same part, if it falls, it will kick off from the surface. If it's pitched on the glaze, it will skid down. That's what happened here. That's why Sai Sudarshan couldn't connect it well.
He's moved up to 86, albeit with the single. So he's 14 away from his 100. 18 required by India to win this. Punched away. Oh, what a shot. Unfortunately, straight to the fielder. But just loving the way Yash Dole's timing the ball here in this tournament.
Sound from the willow. very nice to hear. He's not committing, he's waiting ball to come to him. From there, he's trying to place it nicely. That is the reason he is getting those runs easily. He's not committing much.
Pulled away, got on top of it, and he's played it beautifully for 4, Yashdol. He's just taking control of this chase now, the India A captain.
Pick up the length quickly and put it across mid-wicket region. Beautiful shot from Yashdol. 15 more runs required to India A to win this one. Sai Sudarshan required 14 runs for his 100.
Well, I dare say now it's beginning to look a little difficult for Sai Sudarshan to get to that 3-figure mark. Look at the shape that he got into, albeit didn't get the timing right. Got it on the toe end of the bat this time, Yashdol. But let's take a look at the knock he played against UAE. Came into bat, and India A were in a spot of bother. They were 41 for 2, trying to chase down the target. Took his time to play himself in. It was a different surface at the SSC.
Using his feet really well. Looking for those opportunity whenever ball pitch up is going. These kind of aerial shots. Superb batting display there from Yashdol.
He's looked in good nick. He's looked in a good touch here. The India A captain, he's on 20. End of the 35th over. It's 191 for 2. That's the match summary for you. Pakistan A would feel they didn't get enough runs on the board when they won the toss, elected to bat first. Looking back, maybe Ahmad Haris might even rethink that decision to bat first here. Just got 205 on the board. Akram getting 48. Farhan, top of the order, scoring 35. Mubasir chipping in with 28 in the lower middle order. But Hangar Gekar was the highlight as far as the bowling was concerned for India A. He picked up a 5 for 42. But let's talk about the Asia Cup 2023. The main draw, the big match, of course, comes later. But the tournament gets underway on the 30th of August with Pakistan taking on Nepal. But then on the 2nd of September, action shifts to Kandy in Sri Lanka, where Pakistan take on India. That arch rivalry once again on display in the Asia Cup 2023. The draw is out, and who can forget the drama that unfolded in the last edition. In that was, of course, the T20 format, where it was one win apiece for the two sides, the two times that they faced off against each other. And remember, Group A in the Asia Cup features India, Pakistan and Nepal, while the top two teams from each group qualify for the Super Fours. So from Group A, if India and Pakistan, in all likelihood, if they were to make it through to the Super Fours, we would get to see more clashes. An interesting contest again in the Super Fours as well. So lots of action to look forward to in the Asia Cup. That starts from the 30th of August.
You never know. Both the teams might again play in the finals.
You really are talking about what's on the mind of every cricket follower and fan who's following these two sides. They want to see them clash on the big stage, take each other on, push each other for top honours. The quality that the two sides bring to the table. Of course, we're seeing the A teams here in action in the Men's Emerging Teams Asia Cup. Sam induces the outside edge of Sudarshan's bat.
You can see some turn over there. Ayub.
Sam.
The first low shot from Sai Sudarshan.
No run, good bowling.
It will be difficult for him to score that century here. He can be very happy the way he played. Still, if he go for 2 sixers, then there is a chance for him to finish that 3-figure mark.
1-1.
You really want him to get there, don't you, Vinay? He gets a single now. So he's moved up to 88. 36 overs gone. 194 for 2. Unbeaten, Sai Sudarshan. 12 required for him to get to the 3-figure mark. 12 required by India A. And he starts off a fresh over with a boundary, does Sai Sudarshan. So he's keeping himself in the hunt. He's 8 shy of 100. India A need 8 to win this match against Pakistan A, as Vinay Kumar takes a little breather. And Sanamir joins me in the commentary box.
He's been so impressive. Very quick on his feet, decisive with his shot selection, and very fit as well. He has run so well between the wickets.
And that's been the hallmark of the batting for India, especially when Nitin Jose and Sai Sudarshan were at the crease. Look at the number of singles that he's taken. 37 singles, 2 doubles and a triple as well to go with those 10 boundaries and a 6. Now the field spread, they've got the boundary rider on the leg side, a deep square, and at long leg. Short outside off. The Hani doesn't want to make it easy for Sai Sudarshan to get to that 100.
Yes, he's one who loves the competition, Shahnawaz Dhani. There were not enough runs on the board for the bowlers to really push India.
Yashdol turned around and asked the umpire, was that too high? Should that have been a no ball?
He didn't ask when they were bowling.
There were a few short balls that Hangar Gekar peppered the Pakistani batters with, for sure. A 5-wicket haul today, the second time in his List A career. Rajvardhan Hangar Gekar picked up a 5-4. Short, pulled away, it's gone the distance. That's going to be 6. It's into the stands. And the 200 comes up for India.
And as India A gets closer to victory, Sai Sudarshan gets closer to his 100. Almost onto his stumps, but did really well to keep his balance. Uses the pace really well.
Oh yes, did the fine balancing act there. When he pivoted to play that shot, he almost had the feeling that maybe he might just end up touching the stumps, dislodging the bail. Luckily he didn't. 2 to win. 2 for 100 for Sai Sudarshan. He's the man on strike. What's it going to be like from the Hani? What's he thinking? Down the ground, over the top, and into the boundary boards for 6. A fantastic 100 by Sai Sudarshan. And those are the winning runs for India A as well. He brings up his 100 with that 6, and India A bring up a well-deserved victory by 8 wickets over Pakistan A here.
And Sai Sudarshan, he was as cool in his celebration as he was when we were watching him bat. A beautiful shot down the ground for 6. And no celebration, cool as a cucumber. Yashdol, the captain, he was more excited.
He becomes the second centurion from this India A side, Sai Sudarshan. in this edition of the tournament. And the man who scored the first 100 in this tournament for India is at the other end, the captain, Yash Dole. Unbeaten on 21. Sai Sudarshan wraps up this match in style with an unbeaten 104. And it's a comprehensive win, Sana, for India A.
A massive win by 8 wickets. Domination. Just 36.4 overs being used by India A to get to the target of 205 against a good Pakistan bowling attack. So a lot of things for Pakistan to look into before the semi-final, which they will be playing against Sri Lanka.
Well, it was an all-round display by the India A side. Rajvardhan Hangargekar with a 5-4. Manav Sotar, the left-arm spin, claiming 3 for 36. A very economical and wicket-taking spell from him. You had good teamwork on display when the bowlers bowled well in tandem. The batters did the job with the partnerships being stitched together as well, Sana.
Absolutely, and in the field they were backing the bowlers. There were so many dot balls because of some very good bowling and very good fielding. The captaincy was impressive as well from Yash Dole. A very good day out for India A.
58-run first wicket stand, then a 99-run second wicket partnership, and the third wicket stand was the one that got them home unbeaten as Sai Sudarshan got 104 not out. Yash Dole, the captain, unbeaten on 21. Don't forget that half century by Nitin Jose as well, who made 53 as India overhauled the target well in time in just the 37th over.
And Pakistan bowlers, the paces were a bit expensive. Mohammad Wasim came back better, but Shahnawaz Dhani was expensive, 7.06. Pick of the bowlers, Mubassir Khan, Mehran, they both looked well, but overall not enough runs on the board for Pakistan to defend.
And that in the end turned out to be the key. 53-run unbeaten third wicket partnership. Let's take a look at the highlights. What a start. Sai Sudarshan slamming 2 boundaries in that very first over, and then Abhishek Sharma hitting 3 in the next of the Hanis first over.
It was the width on offer. Both the batters were taking the middle stump guard and making the bowlers bowl outside off stump, and then the flurry, the flourish of hands, excellent timing, and weight transfer on the back foot. And they were not afraid of taking chances, going down on the wicket.
Yes, played with the field placements as well. This was a little lazy by Abhishek Sharma, who dragged one onto his stumps, out for 20, but looked good in his stay at the crease. Nitin Jose came in and carried on the good work, opened up after a tentative few deliveries that he faced early on.
And then dispatching the bad balls regularly, that was the story. That was a 50 for Sai Sudarshan. And then again some short pitch delivery, the full tosses, they were on offer. And Indian batters punished every bad delivery.
This was a sharp chance that was given by Sai Sudarshan to the bowler. It was missed, but no mistake by Mohammad Haris, the captain of the Pakistani side, who did get stumped.
Mehran Mumtaz continued with his good bowling, but at the end, when the fielders were up, he went for a few. Overall, excellent timing from Sai Sudarshan, and then Yash Dole, when he came on to bat, it felt like he was already batting on 50.
Yes, and he carried on, and just when 12 were required of 12, Sai Sudarshan went on went on a rampage, cracked the ball around outside the boundary rope, brought up his 100 in style, brought up the winning runs as well, much to the delight of the Indian camp. The India A side have notched up a very comprehensive 8-wicket victory, and they wrap up the group stage of the competition as the only unbeaten side in this edition of the tournament. Again, in hindsight, too many changes in the lineup for Pakistan A, Sana.
Yes, I think consistency is the key. Too many changes there, and because now India tops the Group B, India is going to take on Bangladesh A in the semi-final, and Sri Lanka A will be facing off with Pakistan.
That's confirmation for you on your screens at the Pisara Oval. It's going to be a day game, remember, for Sri Lanka A who take on Pakistani on the 21st of July. And then the same day, of course, a day-nighter here at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. It's going to be India A who go up against Bangladesh A. We'll take a short breather and come back with a post-match presentation ceremony.
This game.
Yeah, lots of things we need to finish well in the batting department, especially as a bowling. I think we do well. As a batting unit, I think we need to finish well.
You're going to be up against the host. What do you think of that game?
Yeah, they are the host, but we are here for the Asia Cup, so we'll do better, inshallah.
Yeah, you'd have definitely learned a lot from this game. Commiserations for losing this game, and all the best for the knockout phase.
Thank you, thank you.
I now call upon the victorious Indian captain Yash Dul. Yash, आप गए अंदर शॉट्स खेलना शुरू कर दिया धनाधन.
नहीं सर, विकेट थोड़ा अच्छा हो गया था और जो हमारी ओपनिंग पार्टनरशिप हुई और उसके बाद वन डाउन जो खेले हमारे, तो इजी कर दिया था गेम उन्होंने.
आपके फास्ट बॉलर्स के बारे में बताओ. आप अंगर गेकर बहुत अच्छा प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं और राणा भी बहुत अच्छा डाल रहे हैं. आसान हो जाता है ना कैप्टन का जॉब.
हाँ जी सर, दोनों साइड से अच्छा पार्टनरशिप में बॉल डाल रहे हैं. दोनों अच्छा लग रहा है, दोनों अच्छा इंटेंट से डाल रहे हैं. एक एग्रेशन है, तो एक अच्छा माहौल बना हुआ है टीम में. स्पिनर भी अच्छा कर रहे हैं, मानव और हमारे 2-3 ऑलराउंडर है, वो दोनों अच्छा बॉल डाल रहे हैं.
3 बाहें हाथ का स्पिनर्स. मुश्किल हो रहा है किसको पहले देने का है?
हाँ, थोड़ा तो रहता ही है कि किसको पहले देना है किसको नहीं, लेकिन अच्छा चल रहा है. सारे बात करके खेलते हैं हम, किसका किस टाइम जरूरत है.
रियन पराग ऑफ स्पिन कर रहे हैं, वो तो बहुत फायदा आ रहा है नहीं टीम के लिए.
हाँ, वो ऑफ स्पिन हर तरीके के ही करते हैं वो तो अच्छा है. हमारे पास कॉम्बिनेशन अच्छा है हमारा.
और आप नॉकआउट फेस आ गए और एक मैच जीत गए. इधर माहौल कैसा है ड्रेसिंग रूम में?
सर, माहौल बहुत अच्छा है टीम का, क्योंकि एज अ यूनिट हम सब है, क्योंकि जीत भी हम साथ रहे हैं, सबकी परफॉर्मेंस भी हम इंजॉय कर रहे हैं, तो एक अच्छा माहौल है ड्रेसिंग रूम में हमारा.
और आपके सपोर्ट सब बहुत खुश होंगे क्योंकि बहुत अच्छा प्रदर्शन दिया टीम हर मैच में अब तक.
नहीं सर, अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस कर रहे हैं. जो हमने प्लान्स बनाते हैं उसके स्टिक रहते हैं, तो एक अच्छा उनके लिए भी है सर.
आप भी बढ़िया फॉर्म में लग रहे हैं.
नहीं सर, मैच खेल रहे हैं हम तो नॉर्मल जिससे.
अगर एक चीज अच्छा करना है आगे वाले मैचेस में, वो कौन सी चीज होगा?
सर, मे बी मिडल ओवर्स इंटेंट हम अच्छा कर सकते हैं 25 to 35 तक. वो उस टाइम हम अच्छा इंटेंट रख सकते हैं. मे बी हम जल्दी आउट कर सकते हैं टीम को.
आपको यही लग रहा है कि बॉलर्स 5 विकेट लेने के बाद थोड़ा ठंडा हो जा रहे हैं?
नहीं सर, इसमें ऐसा होता है कि अब एक पार्टनरशिप तो लगना है, तो हम उसके लिए प्रिपेयर होना है हमें कि उस टाइम हम कैसे कम बैक करें, कैसे अपने बॉलर्स को कैसे पंप करना है.
आप तो बहुत बढ़िया हैंडल कर रहे हैं बॉलर्स को. बधाई. और जो आप खेले अब तक और जीत के लिए बधाई. आगे होने वाला मैच बांग्लादेश, उसके बारे में क्या ख्याल है आपका?
सर, उसके लिए भी सेम प्लान रखेंगे, एक मैच की तरह खेलेंगे. अभी मैच बाय मैच खेल रहे हैं सारा मैच, तो एक अच्छा प्लान रखेंगे, अपने प्लान पे स्टिक रहेंगे और होप फॉर द बेस्ट.
वो मैच के लिए शुभकामनाएं. धन्यवाद आपके टाइम के लिए.
थैंक यू सो मच.
And that's it from down here in the com box. Back to Raman Bano.
So you just heard what Yash Dul had to say there in that post-match presentation ceremony. But now we've got to focus on the semi-finals. The first semi-final, of course, Sri Lanka take on Pakistan, and that's going to be a day game at the Pisara Oval in Colombo on the 21st. While on the same day, it's going to be a day-nighter. India A go up against Bangladesh A in the second semi-final. We'll come back to you live on the 21st then. For now, it's goodbye.